Back. It's been a while. This is not good lighting. It's not a good angle, but it's a good day, and it's a beautiful day. Um, I went through something incredibly traumatic. I've been through trauma before, and this was not something new to me, but it was a new instance. And if any of you all have ever been through anything pretty traumatic, whether physical abuse, sexual abuse, violent crimes, anything of that sort, you may have found yourself struggling with a lot of anxiety and fear, maybe even panic attacks, depression. Those are normal reactions to a very not normal circumstance. And I haven't felt like myself. I haven't felt happy or chipper or like I've been wanting to do anything to help anyone else in any way. The normal things I would enjoy, I haven't enjoyed for a while. I've not been my normal self, normal, like I'm ever normal. But I just want to let you know something. It's been 6 weeks since the really bad thing that happened to me happened, and I have struggled with panic attacks and all sorts of things. I haven't been able to sleep real well. I've not acted like myself. I've been rather difficult to deal with, but I have a few really good friends who love me for me and understand that this wasn't me or the normal version of me. This was me in crisis mode, and I've been really blessed to have people stand by me. But who has stood by me more than anyone is God. And because I'm a Christian, I always draw near to God. I always spend time with Him. I do devotions, I pray, I go to church. All those normal things that I would normally do as a Christian, I have really struggled with doing since the trauma. The first day I went back to church, I'm a worship singer. I love to worship. But the first Sunday I was back at church after the trauma, I felt angry during the worship songs. I didn't feel like praising. It's not that I thought God made anything bad happen or that He could have prevented it and didn't. I don't think that was it. But for me, worship is such a genuine, authentic thing that if I didn't feel it, I couldn't do it. So I didn't that first Sunday. And I have gradually added my normal things, Christian things that we do, back into my repertoire. I think it's good to do that as much as you can, but if you are in a circumstance like that and you don't feel like yourself, don't beat yourself up over it. The best thing that I found that I could do was to keep saying, God, don't leave. I still want you here. You're welcome. I invite you into my life. But I can't. I just can't do things the way that I did them before. And you know what? He understood. He didn't leave. He understood. Um, and the scripture that I think is so great to illustrate that is Hebrews 4:15. Boy, that bird's really going to town. Hebrews 4:15 says, "We do not have a high priest who's unable to empathize and cannot be touched with the feelings of our infirmities." So that's to remind us that Jesus gets it. He lived a human life. We may not have heard everything He experienced. We've heard some highlights. We probably don't know a lot of the things He suffered before He was on the cross. We know when He was on the cross, all the pain He suffered and the ridicule, and we know the angst He suffered in making the decision to go to the cross. But we don't know big portions of His life to know what He struggled with or experienced. But the Bible is true. I believe it when it says that He understands what we've gone through, and He feels it. And so because of that, I don't think that He judges us as harsh as we judge ourselves when we can't do the Christian things and feel things the way we want to, or maybe pull ourselves out of a funk. Even the most optimistic of us can struggle when life just kicks our butt hard. So I just wanted you to know you should be easier on yourself. You should not turn away from God. Also, be honest with Him. He can handle your anger. He can handle your resentment, your questions, your frustrations, your whatever it is. Talk to Him. If you look at the Psalms, David was considered the apple of God's eye. But if you really look at things that he wrote, all his Psalms were not completely reverent. They were not all super full of praise, but they were real. And I think that's what God seeks with us, is He seeks genuine worship and genuine conversation and genuine relationship. Human relationships are not always easy. They're not always fun. They're not always happy. Sometimes they're heavy and they're hard. But the true ones and the loving ones, they stick around for the hard and the complicated and the challenging and the negative and the problems, because it's worth it for the good. God is the same way. He wants genuine relationship with you. Genuine. Don't keep things from him. Don't think you only have to be good around him or positive. You can be completely who you are at whatever stage of life you're in. He wants that genuine relationship. The last thing I want to tell you for now was I was listening to this song, Just Be Held by Casting Crowns. And there were parts of it, the whole thing's great. Go look it up and listen to it. Maybe I can put a link to it at the bottom of the comments down here on YouTube. But